It began with a single body, found floating in the murky waters of Washington's Green River in 1982. Within weeks, more followed, then more. By the end of that year, the number had risen to dozens. Young women and girls, strangled, discarded like they didn't matter. The police called him the Green River Killer, an invisible predator haunting the outskirts of Seattle. His victims were mostly sex workers and runaways, people who lived on the margins of society. He knew no one would look for them right away, and that's what made him so dangerous. The killings continued through the 1980s and early 1990s, spreading fear across the Pacific Northwest. Bodies were found in wooded areas, riverbanks, and ditches, often near highways, always in isolation. Each new discovery told the same story: strangled, left to rot, sometimes revisited. The scenes were chillingly methodical. Whoever the killer was, he wasn't acting on impulse, he was hunting. Police launched what became one of the largest criminal investigations in U.S. history. Hundreds of detectives, thousands of leads, and an ever-growing list of victims. Even the FBI joined in, profiling the killer as an ordinary man hiding behind a mask of normalcy. The most shocking part? The suspect was right there all along. Gary Ridgway, a quiet truck painter, lived near the crime scenes and had been interviewed multiple times. But without solid evidence, they let him go. The murders continued year after year. By the early 1990s, the Green River killings had reached almost 50 confirmed victims, though many believe the true number is far higher. The community was gripped by fear and frustration. The killer seemed untouchable. Even when DNA technology began to advance, it would take nearly 2 decades for the truth to surface. When investigators finally matched DNA from several victims to Gary Ridgway in 2001, the world learned the horrifying scale of his crimes. He calmly confessed to killing at least 48 women and claimed there were more he couldn't remember. He said he targeted women no one would miss. It was a confession that revealed not just a killer's darkness, but society's failure to protect those he chose to prey on. Though the case was finally solved, many mysteries remain. How many victims are still undiscovered? How many names will forever remain unknown? The Green River murders stand as one of the darkest chapters in American crime history, a story of a killer who hid in plain sight for decades, and of voices lost in the silence of indifference. Because the true tragedy of the Green River case isn't just the man who killed them, it's how long it took the